Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. There was a warning at the beginning of this video, and before I proceed, I want to reiterate that warning. This video contains a sensitive subject. It's about an academic who is studying the effects of masturbation. That in itself isn't the problem. It's what he is doing it to. So I'm going to go into the article. I'm going to have to use terminology because I can't say the actual words, obviously, because of the YouTube policies. But you'll see the words and you will understand exactly what I mean as I say them. But it is not a pleasant subject, but it is something I think needs to be highlighted. The fact that the public purse is paying for a man to get a doctorate in doing what he's doing. I couldn't believe that this was even a thing. Here we go. Right, before I show you the headline, I'm going to show you that face. I want you to look at that face. I want you to take it in, remember it. If you see him on the street, you know who he is. His name is Karl Andersson. He's a PhD student. He's trying to get a doctorate. He looks like some kind of Where's Wally or Where's Waldo if you're American. Caricature of him, you know, of a character. But he's infinitely more dangerous. We'll have a look at the headline, and I honestly couldn't believe this. Exclusive. Academic who published paper on masturbating to CP is under police investigation. Well, no shit, Sherlock, that you're being investigated. Possession, looking at, creating anything to do with CP is absolutely illegal. And you can't bury it under the facade of academia. Police have launched an investigation into a British PhD candidate who has published research paper centering around his masturbating to CP. Breitbart News can reveal. Greater Manchester Police has said that an investigation has been launched after University of Manchester student Karl Andersson published a PhD research paper on his personal experiences of masturbating to the, I can't say the word because it's one of the banned ones, subgenre of Japanese manga comic books that focuses on often highly, you can read the word, portrayals of very young boys. Andersson claimed that in order to understand how people experience sexual pleasure when reading this kind of thing, he conducted a 3-month experiment of knocking one out to this kind of thing. Again, the words, the P comic books, taking notes during every session. So he is an absolute wanker. Professionally, he's a wanker, but he's worse than that. I would not be allowed to have any other relief during this field work in my own sexuality. No regular stuff, no having it with another person, no fantasies or memories. It had to be this kind of publication every time. Oh, well, at least he's dedicated to his art form. In his paper, published by the peer-reviewed academic journal Qualitative Research, Andersson admitted that the age of the characters and the explicitness of what was happening, as well as in the reader's views on whether or how this desire for the fictional characters is connected to the attraction of actual young people. Yet despite acknowledging the illicit nature of the material, he said that he found interviewing others inadequate for his study, writing, "I realised that my body was equipped with a research tool of its own that could give me quite literally a first-hand understanding of it." Yeah, that research tool, yeah. So you're going to spend 3 months looking at CP, knocking one out, and claiming you're doing it for academic integrity. Yeah, you need to be on a register, kept well away from children, and probably do 10 years. Describing one session, Andersson wrote in his notebook in September of last year, started reading on the toilet. Boy who was staying with relatives happened to see his same age friend knock one out. The boy who has admitted to everything has nothing to lose, so he throws himself over Tokyo and starts sniffing his thing. Again, words, got to be careful with YouTube. And licking his smooth, round ones. Possession of drawn CP is a crime in the United Kingdom, and it seems likely that materials indulged by Andersson would meet this definition, given the paper's own description of very young boy characters who would greedily jump over the first member that presented itself in the material, the content of which Andersson wrote that it worked for me. So he's admitting he was turned on and, pleasured himself and finished with the pleasuring of himself whilst looking at CP. So he's admitted CP advocate. The man needs to be locked up. There is no way around this. Speaking to Breitbart London, a spokesman for Greater Manchester Police revealed that the force has launched an investigation to determine if the research project had violated any laws. The very fact he owned it violated laws. GMP received a report in relation to this matter in August 2022 and have since launched an investigation. We are working closely with the University of Manchester, who are assisting us with our inquiries to establish what, if any, offences have been committed. No arrests have yet been made. It's about time they were. And there he is. This man spending public money trying to get a PhD in wanking to CP. Why are we funding him? Why are we not locking him up? He looks weird, he is weird, and he's a danger. Unbelievable. I'm going to come up now because I can feel I could get very, very angry if I let it happen. This man is one of the worst types of human being. Absolutely one of the lowest of the low. And what's worse is he's using the veil of academia to legitimise what he is doing. It cannot be legitimised. Now, if he truly wants to learn about how to do this, there are many forms of literature. He doesn't need to pick CP. But he chose CP for a reason. We know what the reason is. It's his particular interest. Rule 34, I believe, if you can imagine it, there is a page on the internet for it. He could have chosen anything, but he chose that. He needs to be arrested, he needs to be prosecuted, he needs to do time, and he needs to be thrown off his academic course and never given a doctorate. And indeed, have any academic merits he's so far achieved removed from him. This cannot be legitimised in any way, shape or form. And I'm going to stop now because it is enough to drive a lot of anger through me. If you like what you hear and see on the channel, please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Ring the bell for notifications of future output. Leave a like, leave a comment, and until next time, stay safe, stay well, stay away from him, and goodbye.